Okay, I got a cool gadget here. This is made by Naturehike. And part of the reason I bought this was because I had bought their cot. I have 2 cots of the same. And those cots have been amazing. And they've never broke or anything, and they're really comfortable. That was one reason why I bought it. The other reason was I was so impressed with this that these tables were originally made by Snow Peak, and they run over $1,000. So this is a much lower, cost table. Not as strong as the Snow Peak, but this table alone is under $100. Now, after the tariffs kick in, I don't know. So really, if you want something like this, I would go buy it right now, because I got a feeling these are going to jump, and that's why I jumped on it. But this allows you to pull these out and insert different things. So for example, as you can see over here, I have a grill in here. Okay, look at that. So pulled out 2, and then I put the grill in. Isn't that nice? Now over here, this thing, this round thing here, okay, opens up, and I'm probably gonna take it right out, but I have a stove coming in tomorrow, propane stove, that's gonna go here. So I can have a barbecue, I can make a tea, or I can cook something over here. Now they do sell another propane thing that takes up 2 of these. And it allows you to adjust and do a little bit more, heats a little hotter, but it's more expensive. It's like $90. The one I got coming in tomorrow is about $40. So it's up to you. And I wanted to have more room in the center here for cutting on, where the other one I would have had to pull out 2, and I wouldn't have had as much room. Now I have seen some guys in the reviews buy 2 of those bigger propane inserts and put one at each end, and I don't know why. Like when you start getting into buying that many parts, you figure 90 for 2 of them is 180. The stoves, the table's 100. I mean, you're in almost $300. For that much money, you could just buy a stove with 2 burners, 3 burners, set it on a regular table. So it didn't make sense. It does look cool, but it didn't make sense to me. Now this thing was around 50, the charcoal thing, and I am going to use this for you guys on video. We're going to make some steak and shish kebabs. It does come with these tongs, is what it comes with. This ain't that good. This here's a little bit better. You'll probably end up using this all the time. I might even just throw this away. I'm not sure yet. But that's the table. So right now at the table, 100. Well, it's around 89, but 100. 50 for this, so 150. And in my little propane stove I'm going to put over here, it's under $200. And you can sit in your camp chair and relax while you cook. And that is really, really nice. So let me get a meal going, and I'll come back and we'll see how this works out. Okay, I've got some coals in there, and I'm going to cook a steak. I pretty much only have the Leatherman out here and the tongs that came with it. So look at that. That thing's thick. These things cost so much money anymore. What was that? $30 for 2 steaks. $15 a piece. Okay. Ooh, I burned that one a little bit. It's not bad. I can probably get another one on there. So 4 or 5 screws fit pretty good. Now you figure 2 men, me and my son, camping. That'll work pretty good. You know, my wife says I'm a picky eater. But yet, she's not, right? Can only use green peppers because they taste different than the yellow and the purple peppers. Really? They taste different? ridiculous. You know, it's funny. I told my wife to go get me horseradish the other day. Yesterday, actually. And she didn't know what that was. I've been with her 20 years, and I bought it. Oh, over 20 years. And she thought there was only one kind of radish, and that was the red ones. I had to actually show her pictures on the internet. And for her to get it, I was like, wow. Now, my wife doesn't like seafood, so these are mine. I love shrimp. So, a little variety here. Getting the shrimp on is tricky. I was curious if I could use my frying pan on here. And I can. Now, because my fork was sitting so close, it's a little warm to hang on to. So anything you have close over here is going to get warm to it. Is what's going to happen. And like I mentioned, I should have only had half the coals in there. I shouldn't have had so many. So that's not too bad. Yeah, frying pan works on it just fine. And you want to take your handle and make sure you're away so it's not getting hot. So, am I impressed with this? I would say a lot of people are saying it's a 12, it's fantastic, it's a game changer. I wouldn't go as far as saying that. Now, I understand I bought this with my own money, it wasn't given to me. So you can get an honest review here. I wish the table was a little bit longer. You know, maybe, especially when you're running the grill. I would hit it with some black paint on the screws when you get it, just to make it last a little longer. I put too much charcoal. I should have went half charcoal. Would have made a lot more sense. I didn't need that much charcoal. The propane stove comes in tomorrow, and we'll check that out and see how that works. And I want to try something else tomorrow. I have a stove that allows me to make cookies or little things like that. And I want to test that out on top of the coals tomorrow and see how that does. So I got a couple things I'm kind of working on. So it'll work with any camp chair. My knees come up to here. It's really the perfect height. So out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8. You know, now when you set it up, that's what I'm in love with. It sets up in seconds, literally. I mean, 5 seconds you got this table set up, and then just to drop the barbecue in, I mean, again, seconds. It just falls into place. There's not a whole bunch of pieces to put together, nothing like that. The legs are accordion. I mean, it's amazing. Setup is really fast. Now, the nice thing about this is I bought it to save space. You see, the back of my truck is only so big. I have a short box. And both my German Shepherds go in the back seat. So I have no room in my back seat once my dogs are in there. You might as well say they're human beings. Now, in the actual back of the truck, I've got 2 kennels in the back that fold down that I take with me for my dogs. And my last camping trip, I took a white table, which takes up a lot of room. With this, because it all comes with its own bags, and because it comes apart quickly, because it goes together quickly, I have to say I'm very, very impressed by how well just goes together. And it goes together super well and super amazing. I am very, very impressed. That's for sure. And one thing about camp, by the time you get to the third or fourth day, you're pretty tired. You know, you're outside all day, the sun wears you out. It's not like sleeping in your bed, so, you know, sleep gets broke up. But everything in general, I wonder if I can lift that up. This should be tricky. So, I think I can, because it's hot. I use my Leatherman here with this. Yep. And it's warm, really warm. Give me the metal things that go in it. So when you're done using the barbecue, you can pluck it out, set it aside, let the charcoals burn down, and now use the whole table. And that is pretty friggin' amazing, if I don't say. Don't you think? I use my Leatherman for everything. It is my everyday carry, man. That's all there is to it. $15 for that steak. Look how much it's shrunk. Come on, A1. Be a little bit of A1. Let's see what that tastes like. So as you can see, this item is quite cool. Now, like I said, I have the propane coming in tomorrow, which goes in this hole. I got the barbecue. I think that's all I need, because I want the barbecue. I don't need as much charcoal. I filled it up too full, and I could really feel the heat. You want to go about half full. And I got the propane because then I could be making a tea while I'm cooking myself a steak or hot dogs or whatever. And it works pretty good. Now, I do have a stove, an oven, that I'm wondering will fit on that barbecue. And if I could put that on top and then maybe cook myself some cookies or something, we'll see. But that's the plan. But like I said, right now the table's $100. You can get the barbecue for like $50. You can get the propane tank for $40. I'll have links in the bottom. This is really nice. Packs up nice, opens nice, closes quick. I mean, you're in camp, you're out of camp. The fastest thing and slowest thing, the slowest thing I got for takedown is my tent right now. Second slowest thing is my cot. Everything else is pretty quick going back in the truck. Literally, I can see us packed up and ready to go in 30 minutes, which is really nice, especially when you start getting tired. So that's pretty cool. My views, is it worth buying? Well, only time will tell. Right now, I have to say yes. But if those rivets rust out, I mean, sure, I could drill it and put a bolt. It's not like, you know, Snow Peak that's going to last you a lifetime, but if this thing lasts a good 5 or 10 years, I would say it lasts 10 years, but that's just me. It depends like anything else, how often you go out and what you use it for. But I really like it. I really do. I think it's worth the money. If you got the money, go buy it. Links are in the bottom. And go buy it before those tariffs hit, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.